Woo, child. Hi, y'all. Hello, 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 hello. Let me make sure I'm here. Hi, Black girls. How are you guys? Yes. What's up, y'all? Okay, so tonight we are talking about Joliet by Lyse, and I wanted to get on Twitter too, but I can't find my iPhone, so I'm sorry, TikTok. But anywho, how y'all doing? I'm late because my daughters had me on a whole mission. But we'll talk about that another time. But I'll wait for y'all to get up in here. I just sent the text message to everybody. And this book, was I in a book slump or was I just being funky? But I read Seasons of Fidelity. I have been missing Dice Shy. So I was like, let me read Seasons of Fidelity. So I read Seasons of Fidelity, and it was really good. But when you read that book, when you read that series, that's a lot that you have to go through and at one time in life. That book is like you going through 3 years of a tumultuous relationship, right? And so once you get finished reading that, you be like, you need a moment. And so I needed a moment, so I hadn't read nothing. But I had been waiting on this book. Okay, this was one of the books that I was waiting on. Okay, and so when she dropped it, I'm like, I'm getting into this. I don't care how I feel or whatever. So I was excited. Let me see what we got going on Facebook. I got me some new internet, child, but I ain't hooked it up yet. So we might be in and out tonight. But y'all just hang with me. Just stick with me. Who's all in the room and who has read this? Let me know so I know how much to tell. Hey, Celeste. Hey, girl. Hey, y'all. Shimona. Hey, girl. So who has read Lyse's new release? I might have her on so that we can like get into the book. Like, you know, y'all know how I like to get into the book, but I don't want to do it because it just came out. It ain't even been out a week yet. So I don't think I'm going to get into it like I typically do. But yes, did y'all see my little book area? I got to get some shelves up because I got a lot of books that I don't have up. You at 80%? Okay, yeah. See, I ain't gonna spoil it for y'all. I ain't gonna spoil it. You gonna have to wait and see. How you feeling about it so far, Celeste? I got a lot of notes. I got my phone. But yes. How has reading been going for everybody? I wonder if it's a universal thing, because like at one point, which the book, you know, industry, the book space is still a very bumping, jumping, vibrant place or whatever. But it seems like it ebbs and it flows, but it seems like we all ebb and flow at the same time. Y'all tell me what y'all think. But anyway, I'm excited to be on tonight just so that I don't forget. But I will be in St. Louis this weekend for Petals and Pros. So if anybody is going to be there, let me know. If you're not going to be there, I'm going to try to go live. That's what I'm saying. We all be on the same wave. You know how women all be on their period at the same time? Like if you work with them or if you live in a house with women. Yeah, it's like that with these books. It seems like everybody be on the same thing because we've been struggling. And me and Shakira been going crazy about goals. But we just gonna have to wait. We just gonna have to wait for it. But anyway, let me get into it. It is 7:43, so I'm thinking everybody that's gonna be here. And again, tonight we are talking about Joliet by Lyse. Am I saying that right, y'all? And I'm Shaquana, and I am your host of the Black Girl Book Club podcast. The Black Girl Book Club podcast. The Black Girl Book Club podcast. Hey! Okay, so it has been. What was the last book that Lyse came out with Ace? Ace. So that was like 2 years ago, maybe. I know it's been longer than a year. So that was her last release, and of course, baby, we was all we was all trying to go up with Ace, okay? And so reading her book, and I think I said this about Arthur Nina too. Well, no, just about Arthur Nina's last book that I read by her. But reading Lyse's work is like reading a poem. And she has a very specific way of writing her characters. And I can't really explain it, but even though she has that same, I'm not going to say cadence, they all seem so different. Yeah, we was all out of space with Ace. They all still seem different. You know what I'm saying? Like, they all, even though it seems like it's kind of in the same world, but it still take you to another place. And I absolutely, hey Andrea, girl, you done? But I love it. I absolutely love it. Like, if she write it, I'm reading it. She one of those authors, automatic buy now, every single time. I don't care. Oh, it's good to see you too. I know I got to get back on my stuff. But if you follow me on social media, any other social media outside of this, you can see that I have been extremely busy. Really, for like the last 12 months has been a lot for me. I have not been this busy in business and all of that since I first started like 10 years ago. But it's a very exciting time right now with technology, and I am a tech girly. And so this is my time. So I have to take advantage of it. So that's part of the reason why I've been MIA, but also just because I ain't been reading as much. But anywho, so back to Ray. And so my first question of the night is, have you ever been in love with a Lovelace man? And I'm not going to tell y'all, thank you, Andrea. I'm not going to tell y'all what that means. I'm just going to leave it at that. So you tell me what you think that means, because I think that she did a great job with her play on words with their last name. Yes, Celeste, that's it. They love from their soul. She said Rayleigh's characters love from their soul. Oh, yes, girl. And it just be like, I don't know. It's just like put you in a mood. But yes, have you ever been in love with a Lovelace man? I made it my business to stay away from them. What you think that means, Celeste? What does that mean for you? Because it may mean something different for everybody. It may mean something different for everybody. So the book starts off with the young woman who is roaming through the streets. And I think when I am really excited about a book, like excited for a release, when I be like excited, like my adrenaline been going a little bit, and like I don't skip over things, but I be so excited that I might miss something. So when the book first started, I first started reading, I felt like the young lady may have been homeless because she was walking on the streets of Manhattan, and she didn't have any shoes on. Her clothes were torn, and some people had called the police on her because of course they were probably afraid this homeless person walking around or whatever. But she a little small girl, I think maybe 130, 120, 130, and short. And so somebody had notified the police that this woman was wandering around, and so the police officers stop her and asking her questions, and she's kind of out of it, but you can tell that there's something wrong. You can tell that she's been hurt. Okay, you can tell that she has been hurt That's obvious, but I guess it wasn't obvious to his ass because he was, to me, racist. He was white, she was black, and he was racist and everything. And he kind of overlooked the fact, because she was a little black woman who looked battered. I don't think that he took her seriously. And with these words that are coming out of my mouth right now, it's so much discourse and craziness going on about black women right now. You know, they're calling it a femicide, where, you know, black women are being killed, being harmed by their significant other and spouses. And but even before the celebrity, he didn't care. Even before the celebrity, you could tell this woman didn't been beat up. You can tell she done been dragged, and you still treating her with no empathy, no care, no concern, like she's burdening you because it's almost New Year's Day, and you at fucking work, right? I mean New Year's Eve. So but with everything that's been going on surrounding black women, and to read that this did hit kind of, I ain't gonna say close to home, because fortunately, thank God, I'm not in that type of situation, but just I sympathize and I empathize, and I have you know, feelings about what's happening to my sisters, to my other black women, you know, being killed or harmed or beaten or hurt, you know. And for him to just dismiss her, I don't know why, but reading, and I think it's because of the way that Ray writes, and it does come from that soulful place, and it is so poetically written. This book, I was so emotional reading this book. I don't know if I'm just hormonal right now, period. I think that has something to do with it, but I was so, like, stuff that probably wouldn't have made me cry before made me cry, like so many things. But anyway, so the lady's battered. The police is talking to her. He's acting like, girl, it's about the drop, the ball about to drop. I need you to get yourself together, right? Very disheartening. So this big burly man comes up to her like, babe, you know, where have you been? And you could tell she's afraid of him. One, police is standing right here. Have some fucking critical thinking skills, and, you know, use your discernment. You could tell she's afraid of him. Just looking at the scene, you should be able to see that this woman is want to cry. Even if she can't, she wants to cry out for help, and he does not help her. So this big burly man walks up, and come to find out, he is a professional football player. Of course, he's a professional football player. He didn't beat the shit out this girl. Again, she's 130 pounds, and she's very small. Am I stuck, y'all? Let me see. Yep, it shows saying check your internet connection. Damn you. But anyway, y'all tell me when I'm back. Hold on. Okay. And so he didn't beat her up, but he's like, babe, what's going on? You know, he's talking to her like, you know, she had too much to drink, and she fell down their winding staircase and landed on her face. And that's why her face is all battered and bruised. This is what he's telling the police. Sounding like a whole psychopath. I was so pissed. I was sad for her, but I was also really upset. So Ray already got the emotions flowing, right? She already got the emotions flowing. I was so mad. And so that happened. So that's the beginning. That's the prologue. So that's the very beginning of the book. So you're immediately, oh, and her name is Lovie. I loved that. I don't know why. I've heard that name before in real life and in the book world, but I don't know. I love it. Her name was Lovie. So Lovie, that is Lovie's life. That's what she's dealing with right now. I can't remember how long her and her husband been together, but he's been abusing her probably for the majority of their relationship and marriage, right? And so she's from oh, and then okay, so that's the prologue. Then in chapter one, and I said I was not going to be talking about this book like this, but I can't get through it no other way, y'all. I really can't. I'm sorry. So chapter one is her escaping. Okay, so so the prologue is her being, being introduced to us. She done been battered and abused. The first chapter is her escaping her abuser. So she's like at a woman's shelter and they are helping her leave. Okay, so I'm not gonna go into too much detail about that, so y'all gonna have to read that on your own. But that was really a sisterly moment. She met this what is she, Latina woman on the train, because of course they live in New York. They training it, hey, all over the place. Shout out to Glenda and Rhonda, baby. They training it everywhere. And so she met this Latin woman on the train, and come to find out that she had been abused too, and they just kind of connected. Like, I guess, once you've been through something, you can tell when another person has gone through where you've gone through. And it's so crazy that God, he does that, because and this happens like in real life, not just in books. Like how you'll be going through something and then you'll meet someone who's either been through what you're going through or going through the exact same thing that you're going through, and how you all can help get each other through that moment. And that is what chapter one was about. Basically, she had met this young lady. The young lady had experienced what she had experienced, and she's helping her get out of it, right? So she's supposed to be going to Florida, okay, because she's from Houston. Lyse is from Houston. She always talk about Houston in her book. Shout out to the HTX, I think is what it's called. So she's supposed to be going to Florida, because if she goes to Houston, he's going to know she's in Houston, because that's where she's from. That's where her family is, right? And she supposed to go to Florida, but her mother, who is deceased, talks to her, right? And we all know how that is. I know I've experienced some talking to from my ancestors. So her mother is talking to her, and her mother is like, you need to go home. You need to go home. But she's supposed to be going to Florida to get away, so he don't know where she at. And she was like, I gotta go back home, because my mama told me I need to go home. And the girl like, he's gonna find your ass. You supposed to be going to Florida. So she ends up going home to Houston. She's like where's she from in Houston? Yeah, I feel like it was a small town. For some reason, it's giving Mississippi. That's how I felt like this town was for some reason. It didn't give super modern, whatever. So that's Lovie's story. Lovie is running, baby. She's running. She's getting away. And I was so happy that Ray did not drag that battered stuff out, because I don't know how much of that I could have took. Because I was ready to jump through the damn book and get somebody. She from Colorado? Oh, she from Colorado? I thought she was going to Houston. Oh, my bad, y'all. I just always, y'all know what I mean. So she went back home to Colorado. Okay. Well, it was still giving Mississippi. Thank y'all. Anywho, so she went back home. So she didn't go to Florida because her mama told her she needed to go home. So she go home. So that is where Rich comes in. And her husband's name is AJ, but whatever. We supposed to go there. So where are we supposed to go, Andrea? Okay, so this is where Rich comes in. So this is the MMC. And okay, so we gonna go back to my question earlier in the book. I mean, the question that I asked at first, right? So I asked, have you ever been in love with a Lovelace man? And for anyone who's just tuning in, we are talking about Ray Lyse's new release, Joliet. And so I asked, have you ever been in love with a Lovelace man? Celeste said she stayed away at all costs, and Andrea said she don't think so. So What a Lovelace man is to me is someone who doesn't think they deserve love. So I believe, this is my thought, I don't quote me, Ray ain't said nothing about this. It seems like their name was Lovelace because she was saying loveless, like they couldn't be loved. And you know, because that was like a running theme. The grandfather, the father, him, everybody, all the men felt like they couldn't be loved. They were there to protect and provide. That was it. And throw that thing on them. Slang that thing, slang that wood. That's all they was good for. So they were loveless men. And so that's why I asked that question. Do you feel like wait a minute, Fries wanted her. Oh, okay. She did go to Texas, but she was supposed to go to Colorado. Listen, y'all, just read the damn book, okay? Because I'm confused. I'm confused. Okay, she was supposed to go to Colorado. I thought she was supposed to go to Florida. But she ended up going to Texas. Just read the book. You're going to know all the details for real when you read the book. What you do? So that's what a Lovelace man is to me. Hold on, y'all. Go tell your daddy. Spray downstairs.
No, but like, see.
Mm-hmm.
That mom.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And it seemed like I froze. But anywho, so that's what a Lovelace man means to me. Like a loveless man, like a man who doesn't think that he deserves love. He's only there to protect, provide, and slang that wood, you know, and that's it. He ain't got nothing else for you. And I would have to say, unfortunately, I have experienced that in my lifetime. Even from my father, I don't think that it's your daddy, baby. Mm-hmm. I don't think that. I think that he felt like he was just there to be a father. He was just there, you know. It wasn't. I just lied. Take that back. My daddy was full of love, but I don't know. I might have to go sit on that lady couch to work that out. He did in his own way, but it wasn't. I don't know. It came from a different place. Anywho, but that's what a Lovelace man meant to me. A man who didn't deserve to be loved, because his father, who dated her aunt. Okay, so Lovie's mom is deceased. Lovie's dad is deceased. So her aunt raised her mom's sister. Okay, and so Rich is a boxer, and he boxes illegally. Is it illegal boxing? So he throw them things like street fighting, right? And so he a boxer, so he gets in the field. This ain't no tap 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 with the gloves on and stuff like that. They are literally beating each other faces in. And I got something to say about that when it comes to him and Lovie. So they like beating each other faces in. He like fighting in the alley, but not for real. I can't remember what they call it, y'all. Where they was at in the, god damn it. Yeah, street fighter. So that's how he was a boxer, and I loved, you know, like when you look at the cover and you see this boxing glove, okay? He's a boxer, but she was fighting for her life too, y'all. They were both in the ring. Her on the losing end for a little while to the end. Her on that end, and then him actually getting in the ring and fighting. So that's what he does. He's a fighter. Man, this book was so freaking good. Oh my God, it was so good. And so he street fights at Lucky's, which was Lucky's a gas station. And then they had the street fighting in the basement or in the back. So then, okay, so that's Rich. That's where he is. So he at the illegal fighting ring, right? And so when he wins his fight, because of course he's that guy. He know how to throw them hands, baby. Ain't nobody fucking with Rich. Okay, so when he checking out to collect his winnings from this illegal fight, I think he had made like 1,400 from the fight or whatever, and he got his money, but he had to pay the house a certain amount, and then he had to pay on this debt that he owes, right? So it's something around this debt. We don't know what it is, right? And I might not give it away in here, but he is something that he got going on with this debt after he fight that he paying on. We forgot the return of Blake Harvey. Who is Blake Harvey? Who is Blake Harvey? Who was Blake? Anyway, so he got this debt, and his sister, what was his sister name, y'all? Bastard snake ass sports. Who oh, he was who was he? With Josiah. He was Josiah. I ain't even peeped that. And what you call it, had to check him. Dre. Oh shit. Okay, I ain't even peeped. Thanks, Celeste. So anyway, so he got this debt, and his sister is asking a lady who, of course, is this lady who smokes cigarettes, who's checking them out or whatever, and she asking the lady like, how much more do we have to owe on this debt? And the lady like, I don't know, but it ain't up yet. The one is with up. Yeah. And so Arnez is the sister. Arnez, his sister. So the sister is a fighter too. You can tell she got that. You can tell she got that dog in her, right? And so Rich is always talking about Senior. That was trying to be Ace's agent. So, oh right. Wait a minute, but wasn't he in 32? Wasn't he in 30? Was he in 32? Yeah. It seemed like something happened where Josiah, and that's when they had to do that whole interview or whatever. I can't think, but okay, I see what y'all saying about Blake. If you haven't read Ace's book, what's the name of the book? To the Moon? No, scrap that. That's a whole nother author. But anyway, so he the sister Arnez is trying to figure out this debt and all this stuff. So those are the types of things that make for a good book to me. And another person who does this exceptionally well is Love Delvin. Like she keeps you stuck because it's all these little things that are happening and you don't know what's going on, and it's like you have to keep reading so that you can figure out what the fuck, what debt, why he owes somebody, how much he owed, why don't y'all know how much he owed. It's like this mystery around this debt that he owes, and he's getting his face, well, he ain't really getting his face bashed in because he be doing all the bashing, but he fighting for his life literally, and having to pay all this money at the end of it all. Be quiet. Listen. It's been a wild ride over here. But anyway, so that's what he has going on, right? And then Arnez, his sister, is a big part of the book because she keeps fucking crying. And it's like she's so emotional and crying all the time. And then he owed this debt, and you just need, why is she crying? What is going on? Why does she just keep crying at the drop of a hat? What is happening? Or whatever. And so you have all of this mystery surrounding this debt. So then, remember, Lovie was running from her abusive husband, and she ends up back at home in Texas, not Colorado or... or Florida. She ended up in Texas. So she goes to her aunt's house. I done forgot everybody's damn name. What's the auntie's name? So she gets to the aunt's house, and she hadn't told the aunt. She haven't seen the aunt or her uncle, who is the aunt's husband, in years. And she just shows up there one day with the clothes on her back. Now this kind of pissed me off too, because I get that he isolated her and that she didn't come around and y'all didn't talk to her as much. But the fact that this girl just showed up on y'all doorstep with nothing but the clothes on her back, somebody, DMO so many. She picked you up. You know what? Like, for real, I really sympathize with her. Like, for real. Like, when they had their moment, her and Lovie, I cried my fucking eyes out. I cried so hard. I really sympathize with her. I really did. I really, really did. Yeah, ain't Faye. So she show up at her Aunt Faye house and with nothing but the clothes on her back. And everybody is just like, what's going on? They may have asked her once or twice, and she was just like, oh, I'm visiting, and they left it at that. Which I guess it wasn't that Uncle Kenny, baby. Ooh. It was like I wanted to be mad at him, but he like one of those mean, nice people. Those people who act like they nice and seem like they nice, but really ain't shit. That's who Uncle Kenny was. Because it was like I didn't want to like him. I didn't like him at the end, but it was like throughout the book, it was like, what don't I like about him? Like, it's something about him that's just fucked up. So she went to go stay with her Aunt Faye or whatever, and the aunt, they ain't seen her in 2 years, right? And then she just showed up with the clothes on her back, and everybody like, yeah, okay, okay. And so the aunt owns a cleaning company. She cleans houses, okay, and always has. So Lovie is like, I want to go to work with you tomorrow. It was a lot going on with that auntie. She was some fucking else. And so the auntie was like, no, you can't go to work with me. She was like, I'm going to work with you, because she needed to, stay away from the house because she had just got there and she had just started running or whatever, right? And so she was like, I'm gonna go to work with you tomorrow. And so the auntie was kind of trying to, push her off, but then, she kind of insisted. And so the auntie, with her little hot tail ass, with her little fast ass, she drops her off at the person house who she's supposed to be cleaning, so she can go do some other stuff, right? So she's supposed to be cleaning this house, and she really don't be cleaning the house for real, because the house was spick and span clean. The person whose house it was a fucking neat freak. And so she like, what the hell is going on? She's supposed to be cleaning this house. It's not nothing to clean, right? So she's there and she's looking around. It really ain't enough for her to do. She did the best she could with what she had. And come to find out, this is Rich's house, yeah. So this is Rich's house. Right to her parents, they raised her, their whole behavior. Yes. And so she gets a Rich house or whatever. And he, right about the time she got done or it was time for her to go, he ended up coming. So how did y'all feel about their first interaction? Like, the heat was there. The heat was rising. It's like she got straight to it. She got straight to it. Like, the love was there immediately. Immediately there. The love was there. Like, he walked up on her and it was like they was in love already. Faye, the hot ass cougar. She was not no cougar. Did you think she was messing with Rich? Did you think she was messing with Rich? She was not no cougar. So she was up in there and he walked up on her and she was like snooping in his things. Oh, and she broke his glass because when he walked up on her, he startled her, and she already been going through stuff. She probably got fucking PTSD. He done walked up on her, and then she gonna try to jump tough. I'm like, hold on, ma'am. I mean, I know you try to defend yourself. You can't let nobody else get you down, but wait a minute, you just about to knock his head off. You wasn't trying to do that with old boy. You wasn't doing that with old boy, but now you want to try to fight. So she finna try to fight Rich, which is kind of funny because he's a street fighter. But he was like, you ain't got to worry about me putting my hands on you, baby. I get all my anger out in the ring. in the pit. That's what they called it, the pit. Didn't they call it the pit, y'all? So this was like their first encounter, and he was like, "Why you snooping around my house, or where Faye at?" You know, now Faye had told him that she found his weed stash. Oh, so she found his weed stash. So it was something. Yes, girl. And so he was like, why you in my shit? Kind of playing with her or whatever, but she was taking it seriously because, again, she done been through a lot. Girl been going through a lot or whatever. So that was their first encounter. She was helping Faye sneak around Aunt Faye because Aunt Faye is supposed to be a happily married woman. But she creeping because she done dropped this girl over here like she cleaning houses. And she ain't cleaning no house. You knew something was going on. She was too familiar. Oh, I don't think I thought that at first. I don't know. But anyway, so that's their first encounter. So that's another piece of the book with some sneaky shit going on. Because it's like, where is Aunt Faye going? Why is Aunt Faye dropping her off and she got to come clean this house that don't need to be cleaned? Why? Right? So that's everybody's background. So you got Aunt Faye sneaking around. You got him owing his debt. You got Uncle Kenny who ain't shit. You got the husband. And then I'm steady thinking, Smitty says she's stealing. I'm like, when is this husband finna come get her? When is he about to come get her? So I'm scared like he the boogeyman for her. Because I'm thinking he finna jump out the bushes at any second. So I'm like, I need for somebody to get him before he get her. So that's in the back of my mind. So it was just kind of like a lot going on. So the way that Lovie and Rich got together, she started cleaning the house. So she started coming over there all the time. Did they develop the debt is less than 2 months in? Right, and then they keep on talking about Arnett's boyfriend, and he done told he told that girl that her boyfriend went where he did the boyfriend go to Florida? Why is Florida on my mind? That the boyfriend went to Florida, that's why she keep crying. I don't know what kind of Florida he told. Well, they do say Florida is a different place. It might be hell over there. But anyway, so that's that. So how did they end up getting together? The only thing that knocked me off my feet when it came to Rich and Lovie was when they was in that goddamn truck. Baby, I can't think about nothing else. Jamari was in Dallas. Jamari went to Dallas. He didn't go to Florida. That was the her boyfriend. That was Arnett's boyfriend. He done sent him to Dallas. So the only thing I could think about when it comes to Lovie and Rich was when they was in that truck, baby. She said, "You about to give it to me right now." Oh, when her side was hurting, and because he a boxer, so he was getting beat up all the time. Y'all, I am so off track. I just be talking to y'all. I love this y'all so much. I love y'all. I just be want to talk about my books. So when her side was hurt, okay, so that was like her breaking point with her husband. He kicked her in the side like a dog, and she was like, "I'm the fuck up out of here. Now you done went too fucking far. Now you be doing some shit, but this was too much." So she had to get up out of there. And so that's what made her leave. So the auntie and the uncle, they don't know what the fuck going on. They not asking enough questions, but he can look at her and tell that it's something going on with her. And so he started asking her about it. And so I think that's how they kind of like really connected, because when he was touching her side, did he kiss it, y'all? He kissed her bruised rib. I could feel that bruised rib. I could feel his lips on that. The way she was explaining it. What was his girlfriend name? What was the girl he was fucking, the old lady? She said, "You done had you some grown man dick. Now you think you grown?" I was like, well, since you said it, Listen, she got her some grown man dick. Now she thinks she grown because she was trying to show her little ass. Hell no, y'all. Okay, listen. I love it how Ray have her women like babies. Like how he was carrying her and he would pick her up. And she was in so much pain in her teeth. Man, like I could feel it. I'm telling y'all, I could feel it. But I love how Ray make her women like babies when they with they men. Like all of them, all the men treat they women like little babies. Like, come over here, let me hold you, let me rock you, let me pick you up, let me do this, that. Yeah, her. Beatrice. She said, you done got you some grown man dick. Now you want to come over here popping shit. But yes, that's one of my favorite aspects of her books. And like I said, like they all kind of weave the same. And that's just one thing that's just like, oh yes. What that girl said, Mariah the Scientist, can I be your baby or something like that? That's what I was thinking. Like he was carrying her around the house and she was wrapped, had her legs wrapped around him, which I got a lot going on. Baby Slim was like, it's mine. That's why he ain't let your ass touch it. Yeah, okay. Okay. No, and then every time he would get into a fight, the people he would be fighting could get like one good hit off on him. So he always had a busted lip. And Ray had already given us a visual of what he looked like. What's that man name? The actor, he fine as fuck. But she had already given us a visual. But baby, why your lip busted every time we about to be getting ready to kiss? I mean, I know you fine and everything, but she really loved him because she was looking right past that busted lip. I'm like, your lip always hanging off and all I want to do is hump on you. She couldn't even think straight. That had me cracking up too, y'all. You need to lead with, oh yes, yes. And so I'm like, his lip always busted, baby, but she was still ready to hump him every chance she got. I'm like, child, he walk around with lip drooping, bleeding, and she's still ready to hump. So I thought that was funny. He had black eyes too. Baby, she saw past all that. She saw past all that, honey. And so, I said Ray be having your mind gone in these books. You don't even be current that you halfway through and they ain't had sex yet. Because all you could think about was all the pain they was experiencing. You got Arnez over here crying all the time. You got the daddy in the ghetto nursing home. He out here fighting for his life, literally. She running for her life, literally. And it was just a lot going on. And so you just be so engrossed in the book and all the different facets of the book that you ain't even tripping off the fact that ain't nobody bump no uglies. And we 50% through. Like, the love that they were experiencing even before they had sex, to her too. Yeah, how did y'all feel about that? You know what? At first, I was like, she's just hurt because I kind of felt like they were going to make up. So even though I felt like she was being kind of mean and cold-hearted towards her, I was like, once she get over that hurt, she'll come around and they gonna have their moment where they gonna love and make up. But when she was like trying to be funky towards her and shit with the other friend and they was trying to be funny and talking about her and stuff, I was like, oh, fuck her, right? Cause I'm like, at first I felt like she was just a hurt friend, but it was coming from a loving place. But when she was doing all that slick shit, I was like, no, she ain't it. She ain't it. She wasn't your friend. She ain't your friend. She had her friend, being a hating friend, right? Because she wanted Rich, baby. She thought she was gonna talk about Rich ain't her type. Move around, baby. You know what she been through. She should have told somebody because that ninja been slapping her around. Right, girl. Yeah, girl. Oh, that was so sad to me. She had just gone through so much. Okay, this was another thing I wanted to touch on, y'all. Okay, so come to find out, her mama is dead. Her father abused her mother, or whatever. And I know a lot of mothers say, like, I want you to be better than me. I don't want you to go through what I went through. And I have 4 daughters, and 2 of my daughters are grown, okay? And I think about this a lot because I think about the fact that no matter how much, and I was literally just talking to my best friend about this today or yesterday, how much we want our kids to be better, no matter how much, we wish and pray and hope and all of those things. Can it be sometimes we somewhat, and I know this is going to be a touchy word, but I'm going to say it because it's on my heart to say, can curse our children to go down the same path that we did. And that's why we have to be, especially when you have children, extra cautious about the decisions that you make, because you don't know how they're going to affect your children. Because what are the chances that she was young when her parents died. What are the chances that she would end up in this exact same situation that her mother did? Because it's like they saw you go through it, or like people always ask about how does this person experience their parents being on drugs and then end up on drugs. Like, how does that happen? And it's like, it's almost like you're teaching them. This is what you're teaching them. We think our words is teaching them, but it's what they see that really teaches them. Girl, yes. Man, this book was turning me up. She was turning me up. She was getting me throughout this book because I was crying my ass off. Okay? Like, just crying. And apologizing to my oldest daughter. I'm like, I'm so sorry. Because you don't realize that, which we human beings, and we be going through our own stuff. Her mama was going through her own stuff. Her mama was in love just like Arnez, right? Y'all see how all that, you know what I'm saying? It was just so good. The book was just so good. So, she said the funny thing. Somebody said the funny thing about making love is it makes you delusional. Baby, if that ain't the fucking truth. That's why she was dealing with them black eyes and them droopy lips. She was in love. She didn't give a fuck. And she used the beach bottle blind phrase. I thought that was cute of Ray to use that Jasmine Crockett saying in the book. So we already touched on this, but who felt bad for Arnez and who wanted to smack her out of it? Like, girl, first of all, how your ass is in this position in the first place and you come from these two niggas? Well, she didn't come from the brother. He was younger than her. But seeing your daddy, but come to think about that though, I felt like they was on the same wavelength. I felt like they was on her and Lovie and Arnez. Okay, but to think about Arnez though, for her mother to have given her up the way that she did to her father, she probably got that's some childhood trauma right there. She probably needed some help for that. She probably needed to go sit on somebody's couch about that. But see, we don't be looking at like the under stuff. We just be looking at the surface level stuff. Arnez was tripping. She was mad about their boyfriend, baby. She was mad. Like, why would you even go over there and tell that dude that? You knew what was gonna happen. You knew he was finna send him to Dallas. You know your brother. Why would you do that? So what did y'all think about Faye? She treated foot behind that she could. Yeah. What did y'all think about Faye and Kenny? What did y'all think about Faye and Kenny? How did y'all feel about them? Do y'all feel like she was right for creeping on him? Because he was an asshole. Did y'all feel bad for him? Because he was trying to love her. He was trying to love. He pissed me off so bad when he didn't give Lovie no hug and tell her that he loved her and that everything. All he wanted to talk about is that motherfucking football game and how he wanted some tickets in the fucking what else did he want? Air conditioner. And an air conditioner. Oh, I want to hit him in the head with that goddamn air conditioner. But it's people like that. Like, he can take care of you. You gonna be out. My Rich saw who Faye really was when she realized she ignored Slim right under the nose. Okay, but listen, with Faye, right? Because she experienced, yeah, that was Lovie's mother, but that was her sister, right? And what she said was, when I pushed her away. When I pushed her away. So do I want to do the same thing to my niece and I see what happened with her, with my sister? Or do I want her to come to me when she ready? Right? Right? So could you sympathize with Faye a little bit? I think, and then like with her and Senior, it's like she wanted to be with him. You know, she wanted to be with him, but he didn't. He was Lovelace. He was Lovelace. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, shit, she had to go with Kenny, like consolation over her. But yeah, like that's a sad way to be. You know, a sad way to be. So you got all this underhanded stuff going on. I ain't gonna tell y'all everything. See what else I got on my list. Oh my God, when she went to that fucking fight, I'm like, girl, why would you do that? Could you see, like, okay, let's say your man a boxer, okay, and he's like that nigga. He the man, he the boxer. Could you go and watch his fights? I don't see how Lovie did that. But again, that was another emotional moment because it was like he looking at her. He knows she not gonna be able to handle this. She looking at him or whatever. But let me tell y'all, as much as I love Ray, right? How she was about to piss me off with this book, okay? But she made it right. She made it right. She did the right thing, right? That's why she's the author and I'm not. I think Faye was the hands-off caretaker as long as she gave her 3 hots in the cot. I don't think that. I think she loved her niece. I think that she kind of knew something was going on, but I don't think she wanted to push. Plus, she had her head so far up in Rich's ass and trying to handle his business because she was in, you know how people be when they be in love with somebody, they start taking on their kids' responsibility. She's so far up in Rich's ass. I don't watch boxing, but I watch baddies. No, but I'm sorry, y'all. I cannot help it. I am so sorry. I'm leaving some stuff out, okay? I'm leaving a lot of stuff out. I'm trying over here, okay? Okay, so then, y'all, this is what I was about to get ready to say. How Ray was about to piss me off. but she brought it back. I wanted Rich to tap on that ass so bad. I'm like, I almost fast forward to the end so I can see Rich tap dance on that. I wanted him to get. I wanted him to tap on him, but I think it was better how it did happen because she deserved it. She deserved it. She needed to do that, right? I agree because she didn't even stand up for her when she did say what was up. Like said it. Right, baby. He would have got handled. He would have gotten handled. Yeah, because he wouldn't have made it. And then he would have been in jail. Anyway, so yes, because I was waiting on that. I was waiting on that, child. But anyway, so let's say leave out the ending. So I'm going to leave out the ending so you guys can go and read the book. And I'm going to reach out to Ray and see if she has some time to come sit and chat with us after everybody that been able to read it and get done and all of that. So that was kind of Joliet. But I needed to talk about it while it was fresh for me, while the feelings were still fresh, while Rich and Lovie was still on my heart. Like, oh my goodness, like, the love was just so strong, y'all. Even though it was a handful of sex scenes, the ones that were in there, she wrote them motherfuckers. She wrote them. I was feeling the love. I was feeling the love. I was in the bed. They was fighting. They was back in that ring. You could see this as a movie. Ooh. Yeah. 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 See, I didn't even talk about what was the dude name? The gangster, and I'm putting that in quotation marks. I didn't talk about him. Yeah, see, I left some stuff out. Them three fingers. Yes. So what is y'all next read? What are y'all reading? I'm reading some by Nicole Jackson, but we probably won't talk about it because I done read something similar like this by her before. I'm waiting on goals. I'm going to be at Mellow. Who is that by? I'm going to be at Petals and Prose this weekend. I'm going to post some pictures. I think it's going to be a great time. It's going to be in my hometown, St. Louis. So I'll be home rolling with the homies. And Celeste, you talking about a whole bunch of stuff I don't know about. I started reading Celeste. I know you read Who Wrote in the Gray? BB Reed. I started reading Say So. Yes, or something. It's a red book. I started reading that, but it kind of got a little long for me, so I stopped like midway through, but I'm gonna go back and finish it. But yeah, that's it. So that's what I'm doing this weekend. So I probably won't be reading this weekend because I'll be at home and I'll be moving and shaking. And we're actually sponsoring the event in St. Louis, the Black Girl Book Club podcast. Yeah, we're sponsoring the event in St. Louis. We're one of their sponsors. So that Say So. Yes. And so that's gonna be cool. So I'll keep you guys posted on it. I'll be posting pictures, but I am around. I am still a reader. I'm still up in this thing. I just been busy with other stuff. Did you like it, Celeste? Girl, I kept thinking they was gonna have a throuple, and when that didn't happen fast enough, I kind of lost interest. I thought it was gonna be like a different kind of throuple, like, you know, because the friends seemed like they was like so in love with each other. So I'm like, okay, I thought they were going to be like a couple, and then the guy was gonna be Jennifer girl. That's what I said. That's what I said at the beginning of the podcast. Like, we all in the same place. It was like we were like so heavy reading the best books in, you know, every one after one after one after one for years, and then now it's just like so we'll see. So the next book that I read, I'm gonna be in that thing, and I'm gonna be on here talking to y'all about it. Y'all tell me what y'all looking forward to, so I can keep an eye out for that stuff too. Tell me what books y'all looking forward to that y'all know that y'all authors is coming out with. I've been trying not to say this so bad, y'all. I really been trying so hard, but I'm so excited to talk to y'all, and I ain't talked to y'all in a long time. But I really think deep down in my spirit, I think that Takira Allen is writing Dice's book. She been talking about him a lot lately, and I think that's why I was like, oh, I miss him. I'm finna read Seasons of Fidelity, because she been talking about him a little bit more than she normally would. So we gonna see, but y'all know if that book come out, it's on in the Black Girl Book Club podcast. I might have a motherfucking Oscar award or something for no reason. Black Girl Book Club podcast style, but we gonna do it big in here, okay? But yeah, so I'm looking forward to that, even though I don't know that for a fact. But I'm looking forward to that if she write it. But yeah, that's it. But I miss you guys so much. I love the Black Girl Book Club podcast. I love talking to y'all. See, she playing. She playing. I've been trying not to read too much into it, but I'm pretty sure that's what she working on. And just so y'all know, I'm gonna act a goddamn fool. Cause I already know it's gonna be good. Baby, I might world stop. I ain't gonna be doing nothing else. I might read that book 3-4 times. So yeah, that's it, y'all. That's all I got going on. But I'll be back soon. I'll definitely be posting in the group this weekend for Petals and Pros. Make sure y'all support y'all book events, and when y'all go to events, post them in the group so that we can stay in the loop. We got to keep the group a little bit active. I know I need to do better. I'll be trying. But yeah, if y'all go to events or have any book stuff going on, post it so that everybody else can see it. And I'll be posting about Petals and Pros this weekend. So keep us posted. I'm gonna be outside, baby. I ain't taking no kids with me. I'm gonna be there. Well, my big kids are already there. They live there, but they on their own. So I'll holler at you guys. Thanks for watching and engaging with me in stuff. I just went to CCLF. Yeah, post some pictures to let us see what's going on in these streets, baby. Y'all kicking it. But I'll holler at you guys. I love y'all, and thank you for joining me tonight. It's the Black Girl Book Club podcast. The Black Girl Book Club podcast. Hey.